Repeat after me.
We
deliver dreams.
We deliver dreams.
So, let's make someone's dream come true. Let's go.
The Last Worker is the type of game that you probably can't get a good feel for in under an hour. It's a story-based experience, and by that, I mean all story. The devs at Wolf & Wood, they're a small UK team. They do dark narratives. Their other game on Quest is Exorcist Legion. Here, you're the last worker in a mega shipping factory. Because the game is all story, you've got to invest in the main character. That's the guy here who looks like a trucker. You spend all your time with him. And this little flying robot thing, that's SKU.
I'm SKU, short for Stock Keeping Unit. SKU. Get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Between them, there's a lot of talking, which is good, because the rest of the time, you're locked to a flying chair with this thing, your handy gravity gun.
Now reel it in. It's just like fishing. Now gently place it on your pod. Easy does it.
This game's early loop has you grabbing boxes. There is a waypoint system. This points you in the right direction, tells you where to go. You look for green pickup lights. This tells you that a box is ready to be moved. You follow the waypoint to the drop-off destination, and rinse and repeat. Early on, the missions are timed. You want to do as many of these pickups and drop-offs as possible to get a higher grade.
You need to do better.
Ouch.
The game adds more layers of complexity by introducing a tagging function, and they do this via your gravity gun. You mark boxes as damaged or clear or whatever the game requires, and you deliver those labeled boxes to its proper drop-off spot. So you have to be sure to drop off, the right box to the correct destination, or you don't get the points. This creates the game's sense of urgency, and I'm really putting air quotes around urgency because there's nothing urgent in the game. The motivation from the game is the story.
You didn't have what it takes to join the Youngle family. I'm sorry, cuz. The cobot will show you to the door.
My biggest stumbling block was getting my head around those controls. The game is really vague about communicating how you interact with your chair. For example, it tells you to grab your VR controls, your stick on the left side here for camera movement, or your handle on the right for propulsion. And all of this is in conjunction with the analog controllers on your Quest. For example, you press A and B to raise and lower your chair. And at first, it feels like an awkward fumbling of finger gymnastics. There's a part where the game tells you to push a button to thrust, but it doesn't do anything. It took me a few attempts before I accidentally discovered that you have to hold the virtual stick, then press the virtual button, otherwise nothing happens. Then, after experimenting some more, I realized I don't even need the virtual controls at all. You can do almost everything with the left controller. You can control both movement and camera with the left analog, saving your right controller for gravity gun and raising and lowering your ship. Realizing that, I'm zooming around in no time, but I wasted so much time with basic navigation because the game doesn't communicate well. Or I'm stupid. Probably that. Once you get a handle on zipping about, you take in how gorgeous the game world looks. While the game does look fantastic, those communication issues creep right back in. There is a lot of visual stimulation, lots of eye candy. Sometimes vital information about where to go or what to pick up is lost because the game lacks audio cues, and these audio cues can hammer in your mission objective. There were so many times where I'm hunting for the next box, so I follow the marker to the general area that it tells me to go, and I'm searching desperately for a little green square. You figure out that ready boxes are housed in lit cubes, but that's not immediately obvious, and relying on the mini-map and waypoint marker is also sometimes vague. A couple of times I picked up the wrong box because the waypoint led me to it. I activate the waypoint again to take me to the right drop-off, and I'm penalized because it's the wrong drop-off. Or I didn't know that I was supposed to label the box. None of this is clear. Maybe I just didn't play long enough. Again, these are impressions of the first hour of gaming. I walked away a little frustrated, but I can't deny I was also a little curious. I can totally see how you can reach a state of zen picking up and delivering packages in VR. If you can play ignoring the whole time to mission factor, this can be a good time. As for the story, what's here has fantastic presentation. The voice acting between you, the robot Skew, and the Megaboss is well done. I've seen other gameplay videos and reviews showing off more variation in the game after the first hour, so there might be more meat on the bones here, but in that first hour, all there is the story. And if that's your thing and you enjoy a slower paced experience, The Last Worker doesn't have much competition with this high level of polish. Not on the Quest. I think I'm going to keep playing. Shout out to Impact Reality. That's how I got the code to play this game. Impact Reality is VR with Jasmine, Skiva, and Eric QTC VR. If you want to follow everything and anything that's going on in the VR space, follow these folks on Twitter. I'll see you guys in the future. Show out.